Question: is it easy walking by faith in the world of the romantic? Thoughts from you?
Answer: no, it's hard,
No.
but it's simple.
Simple. My response to that would be, it is hard sometimes, but it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
It's not near as difficult as it is at the beginning. As I grew in this and as I learned who God was, it became much easier that I wouldn't be able to trust him. So the reason why it's so hard is because my trust isn't where it needs to be yet.
Wow. So when you're hitting the hard spots, you kind of need to reevaluate where your trust is.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
And that's difficult. That's where the difficulty comes in. I had to learn that God was faithful before I saw him do it.
Wow. Say that again.
I had to learn that God was faithful, specifically, with everything, but specifically in the world of the romantic, before I saw him do it.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's not the faith that thrills his heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's faith because you haven't seen it, but you believe it.
As that faith grew, then confidence, really skyrocketed.
So did your faith grow in who he was or in what he was going to do?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Yeah.
We don't like hard things. But what isn't hard? You think, well, this trusting God in a romantic thing is so difficult, but what isn't hard?
What isn't hard?
Yeah.
You're right.
Is not the world's agenda of chasing after your own desire to find it and fail again and again and get up and try it again? Is that not hard?
Yeah. Isn't the repairs not hard? Of course it is. Yeah. Daring to do it again, hard.
Hard. Is not filing through thousands of dating profiles online looking for a match, is that not hard?
It's so hard.
I'd quit right there if I were you. I heard someone say once, I'd rather want what I don't have than have what I don't want.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty true.
Yeah. I heard a pastor this week saying that so many people want to be single, but you don't want to be the married person who wishes they were still single.
Oh.
Right?
Everything worth having will be hard at some point. But if God's going to do this for you, it'll always be worth it. You can count on that. Sometimes we really make it harder than it needs to be. Everything's going to be hard at some point. And if God's going to do this, it's going to be difficult at some point, but it will always be worth it. Yeah. Would you agree with that?
I would. And I think that marriages themselves are going to have their moments of hard things to do, that it's going to be difficult. So how is waiting upon the Lord and the hardness of that it's okay, it's hard to wait upon the Lord, but how does that work against you? It actually works for you, because as you move into your relationships and you eventually move into marriage, and your marriage eventually moves into parenthood, it's hard. It's going to be hard. So how does...
Diapers are hard.
Diapers are hard. We were talking Sunday at church about how everybody likes to skip over into what Paul calls the glory of his resurrection. We always want to skip over to the glorious rise, and that things are going to be good and things are going to be okay. But we never talk about the fellowship of his sufferings. Paul wanted to know the fellowship of his sufferings. I don't hear anybody on the socials, I don't hear anybody in church saying they're looking forward to knowing God through the fellowship of his sufferings.
Doesn't sell many coffee mugs.
No, but it comes whether you want it to or not. Why? Because he's building us through those events in our lives.
Sometimes we can make the romantic world harder than it needs to be.
Right.
And how do we do that? By trying to help him.
Yeah.
You can't help him.
Yeah.
That never works. And just Just endure the hard parts when they come. His grace will be there, and you let heaven do the heavy lifting.
Mm.
That was never your job.
Right.
It's never our job. It's his.
Right.
So you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Hang in there.
Yeah.
Trust him.
I think endurance isn't just like grin and bear it and wait till it's over. But when you said let him do the heavy lifting, that means you're surrendering. That surrender is an activity. It is difficult, but that's the activity. You're not hardening yourself. And that's the option, right? When it gets hard, suffering has two outcomes. Either you can harden your heart and then shut yourself off, shrink your capacity to receive, or you can actually allow the suffering to challenge us to believe him in spite of what we're seeing. A lot of times life seems to go in the opposite direction of what we believe he's spoken to us. That is building endurance. And Romans talks about, I think it's in Romans 5, that endurance then produces character, and character produces hope. And then hope does not put us to shame, because God's love is constantly being poured out in our hearts. Hope is the thing that's not to be deferred. And that doesn't mean God is deferring it. It means you're deferring it. I'm deferring it. Don't defer hope. So when suffering and hard things come, you don't surrender your hope. You surrender the abilities that you don't have and give them to God, and let him then create within you character and that endurance, and develop a capacity for you to receive who he has for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good. Thanks.
That's all we got?
That's all I have.
All right, check in next week. Okay. And I want to encourage everybody, visit godoftheromantic.com. We've got blogs, we've got books, we've got all things to encourage you. There's even some things that you can actually download. What's it called? It's called a romantic discernment guide. We've also got a friend zone guide. So we've got lots of resources to help you guys out. So stay in touch with us, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
So if you don't drink coffee, you're lame.
Hi, my name is Crystal, and I'm here to tell you about my favorite HEADBANGERS brew.
If you don't drink Sanctuary coffee, you're even more lame, because they make the best coffee. This is Holy Cacao.
And that is Melody. Melody is a really great light roast coffee, so if you like a lot of caffeine like me, this is the way to go.
It's delicious, and it has cocoa nibs in it. I mean, what more could you want? It's chocolate and coffee. Coffee and chocolate.
HEADBANGERS brew.